This is 3 News Daily.
Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Friday, March 31st. I'm Stephanie Haney here with your top stories, and we start with a big one. Yesterday, a grand jury in New York voted to indict former President Donald Trump. This makes history, with this being the first time a current or former president in the United States has faced criminal charges. Now, we don't yet know the exact charge or charges yet, but the former president has said he will continue his campaign for the 2024 presidency. There is the question now, though, of how this news will impact this indictment, how this will impact him at the polls. We spoke with Case Western Reserve University law professor Jonathan Enton about how voters might react.
People who like Trump will see this as just a nuisance and sort of confirming Trump's claim that he's been unfairly singled out for persecution. For the people who don't like Trump, this may give them something to hang their hats on and say, well, this is a problem.
Now, Enton says if this case goes to trial, it could take a while, possibly extending well into 2024, which, of course, is the presidential election year. Now, here in Ohio, Republican lawmakers are sharing their reaction to the news on social media. Senator J.D. Vance is calling the indictment a political persecution masquerading as law and a grave miscarriage of justice. And Representative Jim Jordan calls the indictment, quote, outrageous. Now, Democratic lawmakers have been particularly quiet. Some people have been saying online they want to make sure they wait and see what the indictment says, which we haven't seen yet. We do have a special edition of Legally Speaking coming out. You'll be able to find that in the coming days, where we'll go through not only this charge, but 3 other criminal investigations that the president faces. Now to Garfield Heights, where officials say a police pursuit ended in a deadly crash overnight. This is a look at the mangled car on Granger Road. Police say they heard gunshots near Hollywood Avenue and Mapleboro Avenue, and as they tried to stop a silver car in the area, the car took off. The driver eventually lost control and crashed into the house. Unfortunately, we're learning this afternoon that 1 person did die in the crash. This is a developing story. Stay with us. We'll bring you more information as we have it. And this is just in. Euclid police officer Michael Amiott has been sentenced to 1 year of non-reporting community control, with the judge tacking on a $1,000 fine. He was found guilty of assault and interfering with the civil rights of Richard Hubbard during a 2017 traffic stop. Video showed Amiott slamming Hubbard's head on the ground during an arrest. Charges against Hubbard were later dropped, and the city paid him a $450,000 settlement. Now, yesterday, we showed you video of the moment a Cleveland police detective was shot. We'll show you that here again. We want to warn you this video is disturbing. It happened near East 30th and Cedar back on March 14th. You can see the detectives pull up to a suspected stolen Kia, then confront the suspects when one of them fires 4 shots, hitting a detective twice. The detective is still recovering, and we have learned now that there has been a warrant issued for a 17-year-old male tied to this case. In Geauga County, police are asking a church to cancel a drag queen story event scheduled for tomorrow. They're citing a need to protect all involved, especially children. But the Community Church of Chesterland says they're still going through with the event, and they are confident in the security plan. That's according to Reverend Jess Peacock.
To individuals who think that, or even groups that think that they can force their beliefs onto everyone else around them, if we cancel, what is the message we're sending?
Now, police say they've seen threats made and are preparing their staff for the weekend. This past weekend, the church was hit by vandalism. Burn marks were found along the side of the church and remnants of what's believed to be a Molotov cocktail. Now, we have new developments to share from the toxic train derailment in East Palestine. The Department of Justice is now suing Norfolk Southern. This lawsuit alleges that Norfolk Southern is accountable for unlawfully polluting the nation's waterways. It's asking for the train company to pay the full cost of the environmental cleanup. An actor from the hit TV series Yellowstone actually spent this morning in East Palestine. Ohio native Luke Grimes, known for his role as Casey Dutton in Yellowstone, is partnering with the Jeff Ruby family to raise money for the people who live there. So far, Grimes has given out 250 water filtration systems to families in the area and donated $100,000. Now, in health news, new cutting-edge technology just opened in one of our Northeast Ohio hospital systems. Metro Health now has a vector and cellular good manufacturing practice lab, so this lets doctors produce immunotherapies that will get to the patient much quicker than the methods that they're using now. The lab will provide the latest in cancer therapies to patients. Here's the key, regardless of their ability to pay.
Cancer is one of the most critical conditions that the underserved communities actually experience and face. So this allows for better accessibility in a much more seamless way, access to state-of-the-art treatments and technologies right at our fingertips.
Now, University Hospitals opened a similar lab a few months ago, and the hope is that these labs will draw more scientists to our area who want to do this kind of research. That would be incredible. Now, if you're headed out today, here's your reminder to be careful on the roads. It is a wet and windy Friday, so we're going to check in now with meteorologist Holly Strano for what we need to know.
Thank you, and it has already been a soaker of a day. As we look ahead to the rest of the afternoon, we are tracking more rain on your National Design Mart forecast, even the possibility of some thunderstorms as temperatures will be in the 50s. It is feeling every bit of spring, and I'll tell you, closing out the month with some interesting weather. We're going to get some breathers, obviously, as we head into the evening hours, but then we see more showers, possible thunderstorms heading into tonight and into your Saturday. This is the view tomorrow at 2 a.m. So some of you might wake up to a few rumbles of thunder. And then tomorrow we're going to see some sun. It's going to get windy. We'll see more shower and storm chances. Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook showing those highs tomorrow around 61. And then behind the front, it does get cooler for Sunday. Partly sunny, 40s. Will warm back into the 50s, 60s, and eventually 70 next Wednesday.
All right, thank you for that, Holly. Now today, the Guardians get a second shot at the Seattle Mariners after a tough start to this season. It was a late night last night that started well. Shane Bieber was very good, pitching 6 shutout innings, allowing 6 hits. Then we get to the 8th inning, and one of baseball's new rules comes into play in Game 1. James Karinchak got called for a pitch clock violation with 2 strikes on the batter. That means a ball which helps lead to a walk that led to this. The big hit of the night. The game was tied at 0, and Ty France gets a 3-run home run. That gives the Seattle the 3-0 lead, and that's the final. The Guardians shut out. Just 4 hits. The Guardians are now 0-1. The 2 teams play again tonight. First pitch again, a late one, 10:10 p.m. Now, if you need a good laugh this afternoon, our favorite football brothers have you covered. In their latest podcast, Cleveland Heights natives and NFL stars Travis and Jason Kelce try to name all of the head coaches in the latest NFL photo. And Travis started out strong, but had a hiccup when it came to Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski.
There's no way, man. There's no way that guy coaches in the NFL, man. Then Pete Carroll, Harbaugh.
A little bit of shade there, maybe coming the way of the Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. I don't know, just maybe, just maybe. We do still love those Cleveland Heights guys. They are very funny. All right, thanks for being with us for today's edition of 3 News Daily on this wet and windy Friday. Everyone have a great weekend. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more of your top stories from around Northeast Ohio.